Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Tuesday night, and while we have a little bit of free time on our hands, I thought it would be fun for us to do a live stream for the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. We're actually doing this live stream before 10 o'clock, so, alright, we're in prime time. We're working our way up past, the 10 o'clock to wee hours of the night time slot, and now are enjoying, when the follow-up to Seinfeld would have been on. So, it's like that rotating, revolving door of TV shows of the late 90s that at a certain point I just stopped watching and started watching WCW Thunder. So, this is very true. So, the working primary focus for tonight's live stream, and we'll just see how long it goes. Got our coffee here. Incidentally, in the last live stream, what really stood out, well, two things, is that I was starting to fall asleep at the end, and if I started getting into, comedic, incoherent gibberish, you're welcome. And then I think I called Kochikame Komodachi, and I think it was because I was thinking of Dodonpachi. Plus, I'm not that familiar with this manga right here. So, yeah, that's, I believe, Kochikame, so... apologies for my manga misspeak. Anyway, this is what I do. I nitpick over, Oh, Diego, what is going on, man? So Diego, we're gonna be playing some Sonic games, not exclusively necessarily. Actually, on Pluto TV right now, they've got the Sonic Saturday morning cartoon on, and I was never that huge of a fan of the Saturday morning version of Sonic. I was, however, a really big fan of the syndicated Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon that was on weekday mornings. I'd actually watched that before school, and it was really, really funny. Dr. Robotnik was this comedic megalomaniac with his doofy sidekick robots, and Sonic and Tails were in various kind of Looney Tunes scenarios with more narrative to the story, and it was really fun, and it actually kind of fit in within the general lore of the video game. But the Saturday morning cartoon was really weird and dark. I don't know, it's alright, but it just, I don't know, I just never really got it. I always wanted to like this, because I loved Sonic, I loved the designs. I actually liked the look of a lot of his buddy characters, but once I'd sit down and watch it, I would just be like, this is awkwardly dark and boring, and then I'd play a Sonic game, which was not awkwardly dark and boring. Speaking of a Sonic game that's not awkwardly dark and boring, I'm trying not to rub my face with my hands, obviously, because of the current situation. Can't wait for it. Love Sonic anime. Yes! I do love the Sonic anime. That is actually, there's two really good Sonic animes. One is Sonic X, which actually has its opening done by Hinorobu Kageyama. And I really, really, really like that anime. Even, I mean, the English dub of that was heavily localized and Saturday morning television in the United States. But I still thought that was a lot of fun. And then there was the Sonic OVA that ended up getting, I think, compiled. Rogue Drums, how you doing, my friend? Then there was the Sonic OVA that actually reminded me a bit of the Mario movie of the mid-'80s, where, King Koopa was trying to kidnap Princess Peach. And in that Sonic OVA, you had Dr. Eggman trying to kidnap this other girl, and then Sonic had to fight Metal Sonic. And I mean, it was cool. It was definitely good. Knuckles, for some reason, was wearing a cowboy hat in that. But it was still really cool. But either way, I don't know. This Sonic Saturday morning cartoon, again, I like Sonic's design. I like the character designs, but I just don't like the story. It's just dark and weird. Probably going to fall asleep very soon. I'm probably just going to say hi. That's okay, man. Thank you for stopping by. Stay lucid as long as possible, like me. I have no idea. I actually didn't watch the full end of the last live stream. He is the Super Mario of Sega. And in fact, if you were to ask me who do I like better, Sonic or Super Mario, I would say Sonic, as evidenced by my Sonic merchandise here. Sonic, I just thought was always more expressive, better graphics in his games, and I love that flowing, energetic gameplay to Sonic, especially in the 16-bit Sonic games. They were all based on, big flashy anime sprites and fast reflexes and energetic music, some of which composed by Michael Jackson, the smooth criminal. Anyway, why don't we start off with playing a more obscure game that I believe was actually slated to be released on the Sega Saturn before all the nonsense of the Sega Saturn not selling well in the United States, and actually, Sega Saturn didn't sell that well in Europe either. It sold well in Japan, and then it didn't sell well in other places. I am a Sonic guy as well. It doesn't mean I'm not a Mario guy. I mean, I definitely do like Mario, as evidenced by this Mario poster here that I actually bought when I was in elementary school. I'll actually shut the record player. Actually, we've got Phantasy Star and Catherine in the record player. But yeah, we actually have a Mario poster here as well. And more Sonic, because I am a Sonic guy, so. Link! Alright, and there's Mario. So, I gotta hide my little Sailor Moons from my son, because he wants to play with them. And they're really nice, and I don't want... These are, actually from Japan. I actually got them at GameStop. Because GameStop will sell some Japanese tchotchkes here and there. And I really like them. And my son keeps playing with them. The toys that I really don't want him playing with, I just literally glue on top of my TV here. So, yeah. So, there's that. Silver Chariotto! Alright. So, let's play some Sonic the Fighters. This was Sonic's foray into 3D fighting games. So, it's good stuff. And let's all sit back and enjoy two of my favorite things, Sonic and fighting games. So, here he is. Sorry, get my hand out of the way here. Ta-da! So this is actually being played on the PlayStation 3. I'm going to scoot this back a little bit. Nick! Sonic and fighting is what we've got right now. This is Sonic the Fighters for the PlayStation 3. I actually was planning on streaming last night. Actually, this isn't for the PlayStation. This is for the Sega arcades. And then the ROM of it ended up getting put on the PlayStation 3. And here you see we've got all of Sonic's buddies as they were in up to the 32X era. But we're just gonna be Sonic here. And let's go with automatic. Now, yeah, this game, I was just saying that this game was supposed to be on Sega Saturn, but a bunch of titles that were slated for release ended up getting scrapped because Sega's thing was always like, alright, we don't really like how this console is selling, so they were always kind of quick to try to move on to new hardware. And, I don't know, I mean, I guess that makes sense in Japan, where you're competing against Nintendo, but the thing is, in Japan, they were beating Nintendo with the Saturn, so, I don't know, but the Saturn was just selling badly in the United States, so they just figured, oh, well, rather than just try to fix the Saturn in the US, we'll just go with, I don't know, putting out more new hardware, which, I don't know, man. There were a lot of cool games that were in development that then had to get kind of revamped for the Dreamcast, and, I mean, a lot of them did, Shenmue, although Shenmue ended up no longer being a Virtua Fighter RPG, which is kind of lame, and then Sonic the Fighters just never came out. Sonic Adventure got a big new look. I mean, this look that you're seeing for Sonic really is his 3D... if you play Sonic Jam, I mean, he looks like this. This is the 3D Sonic model after the attempt at Sonic Extreme. And I just still can't believe how Sega messed up Sonic Extreme. You have your number one franchise, and you take it out of the hands of the... your best and brightest, so I mean, I get that Yuji Naka wanted to work on something else, but jeez, man, to just hand over the franchise to the Sonic Spinball team, that's just crazy. I mean, I get that Sonic was not as popular in Japan as he was in the United States, but still, man, it's not like he wasn't popular in Japan, and the United States is a huge market. So you spent all this time becoming the huge rival to Nintendo, an industry leader in the United States, and Sonic was such a huge part of that. And then, you just kind of have your mascot just kind of non-existent or very, eventually they came out with Sonic 3D Blast, which, was a Genesis port. And then later on, when when Sonic Adventure was actually, I think, out on the Dreamcast, they released Sonic 3D Blast in Japan on the Saturn, because the Saturn was still selling well. And they actually kind of did a new cover to it that had this kind of street art style Sonic on it. It's actually really good. I mean, I liked Sonic 3D Blast. It was not a bad game at all. It was different, though. You didn't have that relentless flow and reflex and 2D anime vibrance that you had with the 2D Sonic games. It was definitely a much slower paced game. It was not a bad game by any means, though. It was very cute and pretty. That's not good. But it definitely was not Sonic Extreme, and when you had Mario 64, which, had really redefined the industry, and then you had Crash Bandicoot, that was a really good game, solid game for PlayStation. Sega, I just can't believe that Hayao Nakayama put the kibosh on Sega and Sony teaming up for their 32-bit consoles, especially when you had, Kolinsky, Kutaragi, and, everyone. I think it was Ken Kutaragi who was in charge of Sony of Japan at the time. Anyway, it's mind-boggling that Sega lost that opportunity. I mean, Sega could have had the Nintendo 64 hardware as well. Now, the Saturn hardware is really good, don't get me wrong. I don't think it had to be either or for Sega. I think that there had to have been a way for Sega to maintain all their work that they'd accomplished on the Saturn, and then somehow integrated, either work with Sony or work with, I don't know, it's, for whatever reason, I'm kind of blanking on some things. I don't know, it was an Intel chip, whatever the chip was in the Nintendo 64, that let it do its 3D cartridges. Now, if you compare the Saturn to the 64, though, I mean, I think the Saturn is a much better console. 64 was able, definitely, to produce really nice-looking 3D images without load time, but when you compared the pictures, compared to like a Sega Saturn game and an N64 game, often, the Nintendo 64 games, I mean, unless you had a good connection and a memory expansion, memory expansion on Nintendo 64 really didn't do too much, but the pictures on the Nintendo 64 games could get a little smudgy and dark, which was kind of weird because, I mean, it's like 64 bits, so everyone's like, it's got more power than the 32-bit systems, and it's got no load times, and sometimes it's got audio that, has voice acting and whatnot, but, so it's really, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Nintendo 64, and there's games on it that are some of the best games of the 90s, no question about it. They'd be, I think, in anyone's top 10 list. But, I mean, if you ask me, the Sega Saturn, in terms of its hardware, and I think in terms of its games, too, is got much more range than the Nintendo 64, both in terms of its software content and its hardware capabilities, too. I mean, Sega Saturn was like a CD player. It had CD video capabilities. Full motion video was readily available. I mean, it's got a reputation as being a 2D powerhouse in terms of its sprite-based games. I mean, Capcom was just able to port perfect arcade games all the time to the Sega Saturn. I mean, the only thing that was really Nights into Dreams was a great game. When Sega really worked on their polygonal titles, they definitely were nicer looking than the majority of PlayStation games. I mean, the thing that PlayStation really had going for it is it was easy to develop for, and if the right companies like Square or Namco really put the time into it, I mean, they were able to produce some Toy Story quality FMVs. Now, Saturn, I mean, if you take a look at Shenmue or the Amuro Nami demo, or even like Virtua Fighter 2 or Dead or Alive, I mean, Fighting Vipers, I mean, there's really, really, really good 3D on the Saturn. To the point that, I mean, it looks a lot better than what's on the PlayStation, but you gotta, I mean, the PlayStation's full motion video is always very, very crisp, and its use of light and shadow is always top notch. But, you just had to know how to develop for the Saturn, and it was just, I don't know how to develop for anything in terms of programming. I know how to program my MySpace page. I know how to code that, get some, figure out how to get, like, backgrounds and music in certain spots. But in terms of, building a video game up from scratch, I don't know how to do that at all. So, easy for me to say, oh, you guys didn't know how to program for the Saturn. It's like, well, I don't know how to program for anything. But regardless, when you look at the Saturn versus the PlayStation, people always talk about how the Saturn was more difficult to program for. And, in Japan, the work ethic and attention to detail seems to be a big part of Japanese culture. I mean, at least everything that I've seen, that's definitely present. And so, doing tedious tasks on the Saturn to max the hell out of it is, something. And Sega, it's their baby, so I definitely understand why the Japanese Sega games on the Saturn look, amazing. I mean, you have some 32-bit games now, polygonal style, that some people say, oh, quote unquote, they don't age well. But if you take a look at Saturn games, man, those tend to age quite well. Especially if you take a look at certain Saturn games, they go for a lot of money and they're in high demand because they do age well and play well. And then with Nintendo 64, it's like you definitely don't have the quantity. You've got a handful of quality like none other. You got Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, the wrestling games, GoldenEye, so that kind of stuff. Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, some of those games I haven't even played, but just the reputation of them is insane. I mean, I always liked Mace the Dark Age, so that was a pretty fun game. Duke Nukem 64 I really liked. I actually really like my Mortal Kombat trilogy on the Nintendo 64. A lot of people, crap on that port, but I actually really liked it. Again, no load time, nice sprite work. Good stuff. Yeah, anyway, I was planning on streaming last night, but I actually couldn't find my cell phone charger. And by the time I actually got the phone to a good charge, it was like 10:30, and I was like, dude, I'm just going to draw. And so I did. I'm working on my Shueisha, my Shonen Jump Tetsuka contest. I'm probably about like page 25 right now. The manga page limit is 55 pages. If I do a page a day, I think I'll finish by August 26. I'm hoping to do more than a page a day, although you never know. Metal Sonic. Now, Metal Sonic always had a few different designs. In Sonic 2, he had that silver design. Then in Sonic and Knuckles, and he had that weird, kind of like a dark mech, kind of like a Darth Vader type thing, And in Sonic CD, this is the one we get now. He, looks more like a mech Sonic, literally with the needle nose. We all know Sonic's code name initially was Mr. Needlenose. It was weird, for a brief period, it was like Sonic was almost going to have to be called Sega Sonic. And they actually released Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, but then in arcades, which I'm really hoping Sega will release on that mini arcade cabinet they're coming out with. the Astro City arcade cabinet. I know it's not going to have a trackball controller, but there's got to be a way to work around that, you know? Man, not good. I'm just getting a sip of coffee and frantically hitting the punch button. Guys, how bad was I toward the end of the last live stream? I actually haven't watched the last live stream in its entirety. I know I was falling asleep. No, I wasn't falling asleep. I was kind of falling asleep. Not really, but I was to the point where, you know, it wasn't even that long. It was about like an hour and a half, but I had a long day. It's like, you know, when you're watching a 3-year-old and then you work out and then you're drawing and then you're running around doing stuff, just like errands and whatnot. Like, I can always tell when I'm getting really tired when I can't remember the start of the sentence that I'm speaking. It's like, what am I, like, where was I going with this right here? I'm speaking words, but I don't actually remember the words that were preceding the words I was talking. I remember, like, we played some Dragon Quest 4, some Dragon Warrior 4 on the Shonen Jump Famicom, and I remember I was saying something, and then I forgot what I was starting to say, and then I made some comment about, like, English voice actors, and they needed a spring for non-British accent voice actors on Dragon Quest, just because I thought it was distracting. And then I was like, but wait a second, like, there's no voice actors on the 8-bit version of Dragon Quest, you know? So I don't know. Once I get to that point, I'm just like, all right, we gotta wrap this up, because, I mean, I guess it would be kind of funny just to have a webcam of me just sleeping in my game room, you know? Just like passed out on a hardwood floor while Highlander plays in the background. Uh-oh. Death Egg 2 is gonna explode! Alright. We're at the final boss. Or Santino would call it, the final boss. I can't remember if Dr. Eggman's like Dural, or you only get one shot. Just gonna relentlessly corner him. Gonna go Mike Tyson style. Alright, gang, we beat the game. A chilling look at things to come. Tails has a rocket in this game. Yeah, this is a fun game. I mean, I think this game is highly underrated. I've never not had a good time playing this game. I have not taken the time to like try to seek out and master every character, but I just have a lot of fun playing with Sonic, and then, you know, tagging like Tails and Knuckles, and it's just a lot of fun, you know? So, at least in my opinion. So, there's that. I'm just watching the credits roll up. Oh, Sonic's over on Pluto TV. You know, they have The Secret Life of Sabrina. Yu Suzuki made this game. I did not realize that Yu Suzuki was a producer on this. It is Sega AM2, though. So, there you go. Yeah, you guys better run. And I love the aesthetic here. This is my style right here. Alright, there we go. So guys, that is Sonic the Fighters. Game over. And a good time was had by all. You know what we're going to do right now? I'm going to quit this game. Play some Sonic CD. Now, sadly, the version of this game on the PlayStation 3 does not have the vocals to the Japanese opening. For whatever reason, I don't know, but you know, all the Japanese music is intact, except when it comes to vocal songs, and then their instrumental versions of said songs. And if you prefer the English language soundtrack, which is still really good, I just prefer the Japanese one better, you end up, with all the vocals intact because, I don't know. Apparently the Japanese singers wanted royalties and the American ones didn't. Sonic boom, Sonic boom, Sonic boom. Toot toot Sonic warrior, do 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 do. Sonic the Hedgehog CD for Mega CD. Sega. So we're gonna start the game. Now, we could go to the last level, and actually the cool thing about this game here is we got tails. So, you can actually be miles per hour. Let's actually start, I feel like starting from scratch on one of these here, so actually delete one of these collision chaoses here, and we'll actually start a new game. And you can be Sonic or Tails. Yeah, I don't think you can be both of these on this game. But we're going to actually be Sonic, because that'll give us the cutscenes. Tails won't have cutscenes. But Tails was actually not in the original Sega CD version. And again, right here, you just have an instrumental version of Toot Toot Sonic Warrior. But Toei Animation did this, and they did a phenomenal job. Now, keep in mind that, Sega CD was very, very expensive when it had come out. But those that had it got treated to this. So, again, I normally do this when I just see comments haven't changed in a while. Are comments working? Somebody say something. Just want to make sure, because definitely there's this program... It is a bit, I would say 80% of the time works well with comments. And then there's about 20% of the time where there's either something wrong with the phone or something wrong with Prism, I guess. And, alright, playing Guitar Hero. Good. Nice. Nice. Well, a few live streams ago... I couldn't tell if the comments were working or not, and then I looked, and the person, it was Allie, and I think she was posting actually in the comment section of the channel rather than in the live stream chat, because then when I doubled back, it was like, because I wasn't getting any comments, and then I looked on that, and there were a bunch of comments in the comment section rather than in the live stream chat. I don't know, it would be nice. I mean, I really like this app because I can get the comments on the screen, and I think that's fun to be able to see. But it would actually be nice if YouTube would just, make things easy and let me just live stream from my phone without having to go through a third-party app. I just feel like, YouTube would have a more reliable connection, but there's Amy. Now, Amy actually got her start in the Sonic manga, where Sonic actually had an alter ego. He was a Steve Urkel, Clark Kent type character named Nicky, and he'd black out and he'd turn into Sonic. So you actually can see some videos about the Sonic manga on YouTube. They're very good. Some YouTube videos of the Sonic manga are just legitimate scans of the Sonic manga with some music playing in the background, so that's very nice. Woo! Yay! I actually didn't see how Matlock ended today. I'm a little upset. Going through some Matlock withdrawals here. I had to give my aunt a ride to the DMV. So, I mean, Matlock never loses, so. But the show is so well done that it's kind of like you don't want Matlock to lose. And there's always kind of that sense of, well, what if he does lose? But he doesn't, and you don't want him to, because shows like Matlock and Columbo, you know, they're not about the actual mystery. They're about how the person achieves success and what that person represents. Okay, so we're time traveling here. Right, you think with like Matlock and Columbo, it's like kind of like the average Joe bringing smug elitist murderers to justice with their super minds. And it's always just clever to see how they are able to solve things, you know? Like, it's not about, like, oh, well, what if this happens? It's like, they did one Columbo that was off formula, and it actually had a few actors from Melrose Place in it. It was about his nephew's new bride getting kidnapped by one of those, like, pervert psycho murderers that true crime enthusiasts tend to like. And Columbo was just trying to help find this girl. It was like a really not good episode. It wasn't bad. There's like I don't think there's any such thing as a bad Columbo episode, but it definitely lacked the charm and engaging quality of a normal Columbo episode where it was him matching wits against an elitist foe. This was just some girl locked up in a room somewhere, and Columbo just interviewing people with the supporting cast of Melrose Place. Whee! Alright. Now, I never have personally played Guitar Hero. Got nothing against it. So, but, you know, we've said this before, that the rhythm games I tend to play are more like Dance Dance Revolution type games. Either get my groove on a dance pad, or just mash the rhythm. Excuse me for yawning. Alright, so, now you'll notice about Sonic CD, this is interesting. You guys may know this. Sonic CD was made in Japan, while Sonic 2 was made in the United States. Now, both had top-notch developers. The US team was, you know, mostly Japanese developers, and then US developers kind of contributing, and they're all working together. Created a really unique, interesting vision. But it strayed more from the formula of Sonic 1, whereas Sonic CD tended to stick very close to the formula of Sonic 1, and you ended up getting a game that played more like Sonic 1, and the levels were more like Sonic 1. The music on Sonic CD is insane. Like, this is some of the best. I think this is the best music for any adventure game, is the music in Sonic CD. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Sonic 2 might be a little bit of a smoother game to kind of move through, whereas Sonic CD is an artistic masterpiece, and I mean that straight up. Take a look at this freaking level here. This is early 90s pop art come to life. I just gotta be careful here, because this is a trap right here. They got spikes here, and now we got Metal Sonic kidnapping my lady friend here. Now, Sonic originally was supposed to have a human girlfriend, but you can thank the geniuses at Sega of America for putting the kibosh on that. What a freak, man. Like, there are a bunch of things that Tom Kalinske did right, and that is not one of them. I don't think I've ever seen this Sonic. It's awesome. This was on Sega CD, and it's excellent. Let's see. I got a PS2 for $35 and figured I needed some Guitar Hero stuff, so I haven't played music. Well, that's right. You're a musician, man. Do you play guitar? I know you. What do you play? Saxophone? Dude, we gotta start an 80s band. I'll be synthesizer, you be saxophone. We can both wear sunglasses and push up our sleeves. Like, this needs to happen here. And, I mean, I don't play synthesizer well, but what I'll do is I'll just take, like, other people's good music and minimally contribute to it on the synthesizer and look cool while doing it. And then I'll just, like, throw in some cool voice samples. And then, like, you'll just do, like, a really good saxophone solo. Okay? This is happening. We gotta think of a band name. How about we call ourselves... 2001: A Space Goddessy. No, that's actually a joke from Mr. Show. The Chocolate Factory. I don't know. I don't think Miami Lice. I don't know. That won't work because I don't have any hair. I don't know. We'll think of a good name for our '80s band. Sea Wave for Cortland, the new wave. Actually, that actually sounds pretty cool. I've got it. White Lion. They're really in 1987. 1987, that was a good year. If I could go back to one year in the 80s, it would probably be 1987 because... I mean, I think 84 was really like a stride year for coming out with a lot of good stuff. But 87, you would have had all the good stuff, plus, you know, you would have had things like the, you know, Famicom. The Famicom came out in like 83, but you would have had like the NES and like WrestleMania 3, and I don't know, so you still would have had all the good stuff. The only thing is, like, by 87, you know, people tended to be kind of moving more away from the new wave style and getting more into the heavy metal style, but, I mean, there's still both. So they're kind of getting a little, you know, farther away from the happy 80s and a little more into the gritty 80s. Now, you'll notice in this game there's no spin dash, because it's the Sonic. No, there is a spin. Okay. Take that back. Alright, this is a remake, so they put the spin dash in. This is the Christian Whitehead Sonic CD. So the guy who made Sonic Mania, you know, got his start making Sonic hacks. Sega got wind of it, and good on Sega, because rather than doing what a lot of companies will do and say just put a cease and desist on them, they'll just say, okay, we're going to say for you to stop doing this, but here's what you can do. Come work for us. And, you know, they scout talent that way. And it would be nice if, you know, places like Square did that, because, you know, they seem to always be really quick to put the kibosh on Chrono Trigger games. It's like, or, you know, you could just co-opt this and turn it into something good. So, I mean, I definitely would say this game is a bit harder than Sonic 2. Definitely not difficult in a, you know, like, unpleasant way, though. But definitely it's more challenging. 87, great year. The year of my birth. I know, I must enhance the year. Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I'd say, you know, I mean, I definitely remember the 80s. I was born in 82. I mean, definitely, I don't remember it as vividly as the 90s, but I do still feel an extremely strong connection to it. And it is definitely my favorite time period. I mean, I'm a big 80s, 90s fan. The thing I did not like about the 90s is there was too much anti-80s stuff among Gen Xers, you know? Like, it's like, oh, the 80s are out. It's like, what? I'm sorry, what was there not to like about the 1980s? Was it the good television? Was it the prosperity? I mean, like, it's like, oh, just, it wasn't authentic. It's like, what, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, you're not authentic. The whole concept of authenticity in a consumer culture is an oxymoron. Because if authenticity is supposed to be the like unhampered human will, first of all, that in and of itself isn't a good thing. Because, you know, the unhampered human will could be you trying to will terrible things on people at worst, or annoying things at best. Actually, not at best. At best, it would be something good. But first of all, you're never going to have a purely unhampered human will. Because, you know, we're not freaking living in a vacuum. We, like, interact with other people, and their ideas affect us. But anyway, especially when you're in a consumer culture, like, all the mass culture products are designed to... you know, reach a broad audience. So, like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you know, I'm sorry, it's like, is Kurt Cobain not on MTV? No offense, Dakota, I know you love him. So, but, like, yeah, all this stuff about, like, oh, I keep it real, man. It's like, yeah, you keep it real on a consumer culture music video channel, which is fine. I love that channel, but at least when it played music, you know? But you're, you know, it, like... You need to be worried about making cool stuff, not worried about, like, I'm more willful than you. No, I'm more willful than you. I'm more dysfunctionally willful than all of you, you know? Like, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you can't wear bright colors anymore. We all have to look like we're living in a lunch bag. So, you know, like, I mean, I definitely liked the 90s, but I did not like limiting myself to the 90s aesthetic. I liked to partake in it, but I preferred the 80s, so like simultaneously participate in the 80s. I mean, it was kind of like, you know, quasi-comedic for me as well, because, you know, like, no one else was really doing that. I remember I had like an Oakland Raiders jacket, and I remember like used to like push the sleeves up on it and like turn it inside out to be funny. And then like this like douchey, weird kid from another school, like, I was, like, kind of in character, and he's like, get the F away from my car. Like, I didn't actually hear him, because, like, he was there to pick up this girl at CCA, and, like, people were like, oh, are you okay, Noel? And I was like, wait, what? Did he say... Like, I was just, like, kind of off in La La Land. Like, I'll do that. Like, people say stuff to me, and I won't hear them, because I'm thinking about episodes of Charles in Charge. But anyway, you know, that's just me. And, yeah, I don't know what that guy's doing right now, but hope he's doing well. I know I'm doing well, so, you know, I don't begrudge happiness to anyone. I mean, live in a nice neighborhood. I got my church across the street, then I got my boxing gym around the corner, and then I'm by the bakery and the Green Arch, and, I mean, I couldn't ask to live in a better place. Drugstore, McDonald's. I mean, I feel bad for the animals that, you know, get turned into McDonald's, but the end result is delicious and controlled doses. I mean, you don't want to just eat McDonald's all the time, because then you'd end up looking like, you know, all chubby, which would be nice if you were a cartoon character, but, you know, not nice if you know, like, wanna... I mean, if I got, like, really big, I'd want to get, like, a spatula, like one of those pizza spatulas, and then have my family, like, turn me. I think that would be fun. But, you know, it's all good. Santino, get Daddy's prying bar. That's another Simpsons joke. Remember, like, that's a good thing about the 90s was when The Simpsons was good, you know? Like, not when it's, like, some kind of zombified apologia for the New York Times crossword puzzle. Which is what The Simpsons has been for the last 20 years, you know? Zombified apologia for the New York Times crossword puzzle. Whee! You know, some of the podcasts, not podcasts, I want to say podcasts, some of the live streams we've been doing recently, I mean, I hope you've been enjoying them. They're definitely, like, a little more challenging to do because, you know, I've been playing a lot of RPGs, and, you know, it's kind of like reader's theater, like, you know, it's like when I substitute teach for, like, my mom's English class, you know, like, I'll just read stuff to kids, and, I mean, I'm not observant, but, oh, hey, yeah, Rogue Drums, yeah, no, Kurt Cobain's cool, man, like, I just don't like the either-or mentality, you know, like, Like, I like Nirvana, so I gotta hate Whitesnake. You know, I like Nirvana, so I gotta hate Guns N' Roses. It's like, nah, man, you can like both things. I mean, I don't know, maybe no one's like that. Maybe I'm just making up, you know, a false position. But in the 90s, you know, when I was growing up, I always felt like there was kind of an anti-80s, kind of a forced anti-80s attitude among, like, 20-somethings. And then it was like my generation that was like, no, the 80s don't suck. They're actually very good. I mean, like, now the B movies of the 90s were like still in the 80s, which was like not still like in the 80s, like they were set in the 80s. They were like, they looked like the 1980s because they hadn't actually evolved past that time period, nor should they, because that was the pinnacle of human civilization, the 1980s. And I think you can definitely see that now with, you know, everyone, you know, wanting to remake 80s stuff, as they should. I can't stand when these, like, commentary YouTube channels blast, like, why doesn't anyone come up with anything original? No, don't come up with anything original. Keep showing the 80s stuff. But when you're going to remake the 80s stuff, don't disrespect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do, either do stuff with the original cast or just show the old stuff again. I mean, the biggest example I can think of that is Miami Vice. Like, I know they did that Colin Farrell, Jamie Foxx movie. It's like, dude, and they got Michael Mann to direct it. It's like, dude, I don't want to see this. This is not Miami Vice. This is Colin Farrell, you know, with a little bit of, with like awkward stubble and greasy hair, playing a guy named Sonny Crockett. He's not Don Johnson. This isn't Miami Vice. You know what would be a lot better than this? Seeing Don Johnson as like an older, grizzled cop in the, you know, pastel-soaked streets of Miami, you know, still like hanging on. He's like kind of like the old cowboy kind of thing, you know, and, you know, I don't know, maybe, you know, I don't know, like a friend died, you know, like he's grieving the loss of an old comrade or something, you know, like I'd much rather see that, you know, and then have it have some kind of like, you know, typical Miami Vice ending, you know, it's kind of a happy ending, but then someone like goes and kills themselves while Don Johnson screams no, and it says executive producer Michael Mann, except that's like the end of the movie, and then credits roll. Something I like about, you know, I've been doing this comic book, something I like about doing comic books is like, I literally can just make the TV show that I want to make, you know? Okay, so this special stage is a little tricky here. We gotta like get these UFOs, and like they're not like that hard, but you gotta get used to them. It's this thing where, you know, you'll like run out of time. Your time is contingent on how many of these guys you get, and how well you can stay out of the water, and how's your hand-eye coordination. And it's very, you know, it's definitely tricky. I remember I beat all these special stages years ago, and the final one is like actually a big Dr. Eggman. You're like running around. Remember, there's like a big Dr. Eggman head in the background. So I don't know if you're just like running around on Dr. Eggman, like he's in the tub or something, you know, and you know, Sonic is just, like, I don't know, climbing on this morbidly gigantic Dr. Eggman. Or, like, you know, it was like one of those, like, magic school bus things where he got shrunk. But either way, the 90s were the best. Yeah, 90s are freaking awesome, man. I mean, you got Boy Meets World, you got Baywatch, you got WCW Wrestling, you have The Highlander, you have Full House. Now, the interesting thing about Full House, I was actually listening to a Classic Gaming Quarterly video, and he was talking about Full House, and he was saying, you know, that was one of those shows that none of us admitted that we watched, but we all watched it, and that's correct. Like, I always used to say, like try to pretend like, oh, I'm too cool to watch Full House, and then, like, me and my friends would always end up talking about it, because it was, like, a really good show, so... Man, Dr. Eggman, gotta get him. Where is he? I really, really like the boss music in this game. This genre is called a New Jack Swing. That's the thing about like Sonic games, like better than Mario games, is like the Sonic games, like in this time period, you know, when Sega was like really prioritizing them, they were very kind of artistically and technologically experimental. Go, go, go. I mean, not that Mario games were bad by any means. Mario games are freaking amazing, but like, I don't know. The Sonic games were more like I was watching an anime, you know, watching an anime with emphasis on really good music and big expressive sprites. My live stream kept cutting. Oh, that's why I said, oh damn, yeah. Well, glad you're stable here. Yeah, technology. I mean, it brings us together, but then it annoys us, you know. I mean, now some things, I don't know. The big irony about technology is that, you know, this is, you know, you get on the internet and it's like, oh, I can finally be with people that share like-minded interests. And sometimes you can and it's great. But, like, you know, a lot of the time it's like, you'll follow something you like, and then it's like, oh, wow, this is filled with terrible, annoying people. You know, they were like TNA Wrestling and the Minnesota Vikings. Like, wow, those Facebook groups were, I mean, like, people talk about, like, toxic fandom, and, I mean, a lot of these, like, commentary YouTube channels will, like, talk about how Hollywood just kind of craps on Hollywood and the comic book industry will just crap on fans and call them toxic fans and not listen to them, you know? And, like, that's stupid. Like, you should be aware of fan concerns and not just be dismissive of them. But, that said, oh my gosh, this music is insanely good. I actually have a remix to Aaliyah's Rock the Boat with this music. It's really, really good. I have it on my Macintosh. I don't know if I should play it because I'll probably get in trouble. Anyway. But, like, toxic fans, like, really did hurt TNA Wrestling. Like, I remember, like, when I watched WCW, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that the internet wrestling fans hated, but nobody knew or cared, because there was, like, no widespread internet that was, like, really, you know, like, it was there in, like, 1994, but it was very, I was cutting out. Black screen? Huh. That's no good. I'll have to rewatch it. See, I'm not looking. I'm just kind of sitting here playing Sonic and talking here. Man, this Prism app, like, it was, like, great, and now we're getting, like, technical issues. We really do have to find a way to just immediately get me up to 1,000 subs, and we'll just stream directly from YouTube. I mean, as much as I like being able to have the comments on the screen, I just, you know, I don't know, man. I don't want technical difficulties making it inconvenient for you. Anyway, what was I saying? Sonic 90s. Oh yeah, toxic fans. Like, WCW had a lot of stuff that, you know, the troll fans, you know, people who, like, read, like, wrestling media, like the Wrestling Observer or whatever, like, I mean, they'd crap on it, but, like, no one would, like, know what they were saying or care, because, you know, the Wrestling Observer's audience was so small. But now, you know, with the internet and it becoming more mainstream, like, I remember when Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff went to TNA, like, they did some really good stuff there, but it just got crapped on, like, all the time. And they could just never get any momentum. Now, there are other reasons besides the fans and the internet that, you know, they never really did you know, as well as they wanted to do. They didn't do badly though. I mean, they had one of the best rosters ever. You know, Hogan and Bischoff and TNA. I mean, I've got a program from that time period, and it's got freaking everyone in it. Like, you know, Ric Flair, Sting, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode. You know, the Young Bucks, who, you know, weren't really that big yet. Just everyone, man. Like, Hulk Hogan, you know, just freaking great. It's doing it again. Okay, wait a second. Am I on right now? Alright, could, like, maybe we'll just have to, like, do what Daddy Pig says and turn it off and turn it back on again. I mean, I can't take a break and look at the phone, because that will happen. You know, in the past when it cut out, it would just kind of jump. Now apparently we're getting like a black screen. Like, there's got to be a way I can make like a technical difficulty screen with my head coming out of a cuckoo clock, where it'll say like, please stand by. Or like me giving with like my thumb up, holding a cup of yogurt or something. Or me in a straitjacket. I have to like cut away as I'm swearing allegiance to our ant overlords. Hail ants. Well, I mean, the important thing is like when I make Simpsons references, I appreciate them. Now I'm back. Okay, that's good. Well, I just saw it said like 0 people up there, but then people were commenting. I don't know, man. I don't know what the frick is going on with this. Somebody give me 300 subs, please. Like, actually, I'm like getting near 800, so I'm at 775 right now. You know, the weird thing is like, I'd upload a video, and then I would like gain 2 subs and lose 3 subs, and it was like doing that for 2 weeks. And I had no idea what the heck was going on. I didn't know if that was a glitch. I don't know if that was like people just actually unsubbing. I mean, I know that, you know, there's all this talk about YouTube unsubscribing people from channels, and, you know, due to the pandemic, you know, like, people are, I don't know what, I'm sorry, YouTube is, said that stuff's not going to be working as well, or people are always complaining about their copyright, you know, DMA stuff, or I don't even know. What I'm trying to say in a long-winded, rambling way is that I don't know how well YouTube is actually functioning, or if I'm just like legitimately knocking, like, you know, taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back constantly in terms of my subscribers. Damn! Ah, shit. As long as I can at least hold that 1 ring. See, the thing here is you just gotta, like, you just gotta get him to run out of room here. Yeah, you got him. Sub count stuff is annoying. It's the same with Insta. Instagram, I can really care less about my subs. Like, honestly, like, I use Instagram just for, like, social stuff. You know, like, whoa. I almost knocked over this coffee. I use Instagram more for just, like, social stuff and self-expression. Instagram's getting, like, really weird, though. Like, you get all these, like, I'm getting all these girls, like, messaging me. Because I'm, like, that much of a stud. But it's like, you know, it'll always be the same thing. It's like they'll have, like, you know, a few posts at best. And then it's always like, hi, how are you? You know, where do you live? I'm not sure if you're a robot or not. I mean, if this was the movie Blade Runner and I wasn't married, maybe, you know? Whoa. We're just cruising on through Sonic CD right here. Blade Runner, that is a great movie. I gotta watch that movie again. I still haven't seen the Blade Runner, like 2047 or whatever. It's like Harrison Ford like couldn't actually be bothered to get into wardrobe in that movie. You know, he's like Ryan Gosling's at his door and he's wearing like cargo shorts and a t-shirt with potato chip stains on it. He's like, yeah, I'm Decker. I don't know if I'm a robot or not, but you got any chips? It's like Harrison Ford, like, you know, all these like old franchises from the 80s that he's famous and then he returns to. He just shows up really half-assed, you know? It's like the new Star Wars. It's like, oh, hey, Han Solo's back. And he just got impaled with a lightsaber, you know? Like, what the freak? I actually didn't hate the first, the first Star Wars of the new trilogy. I actually thought was pretty fun. Except I thought Han Solo dying was stupid. But, you know, apparently, like, the sequel to that was atrocious. Power's off here. Wait, power's off on mine? Oh, hey. Arrow, how's it going, man? I'm going to pause this. I get caught up with the comments here. Okay, good to see you're doing well. Did you guys lose power over there? I might not be able to stay on too long. No power here. Uh-oh. Well, Arrow, the important thing is you don't resort to cannibalism. Because that would be a short-term gain and a long-term loss. I mean, think about what you'd be doing to your humanity. You know, there's lines we don't cross. And, you know, eating people is one of them. So, despite the fact that your power's out, don't resort to cannibalism. I cannot stress that enough. I used Insta to build up my drum account. People follow and unfollow all the time. I'm at 718, so that's all good. Harrison Ford wanted to kill off Han Solo after New Hope originally. Interesting. I don't know, man. I guess if you killed off Han, you'd have to replace him with Lando. You know, like, I mean, I honestly like Lando better than Han. Like, honestly, like, if you ask me, my favorite Star Wars characters are Chewie and Lando. And that's no freaking joke. Like, Chewie and Lando are cool as hell. I would say that I like, of, like, the core, like, the main characters, like Han, Solo, Luke, and Leia. Like, I would like Luke the best out of those three. But if you're asking me, like, who's my favorite Star Wars character, it's Lando and Chewbacca. And if they killed off Han, you know, I would think, you know, having Lando and Chewie would be cool. It just black screened again for me. I'm back, though. Ah, man. Wait, Nick, am I black screening for you, too? Like, are you, like, hearing me talk about my love of Billy D. Williams and Chewbacca? So, you know. Anakin Skywalker Darth is my favorite. Yeah, let me know when it happens, man. Anakin is cool. I actually didn't see... I've seen the original trilogy. I'll actually just turn the camera. We'll talk. I've seen the original trilogy a bunch of times, man. I've seen that movie. I've seen the original trilogy just a lot. I used to watch it all the time when I was in junior high. I remember just being on just in the culture, in reruns when I was in elementary school. So, and I've got, you know, the VHS box set. Actually, I do have the VHS box set right here. It's actually on top of my Rocky box set. So, I remember I got this when I was probably in, like, 8th grade. Maybe older, I don't know. So, actually, I think when they were this actually is the re-release of when they re-released them all in the theaters. This is really fun. It goes black from time to time, but close out and jump back in. Huh, how long is it going black for? Like a second? 2 seconds? I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I've seen these a million times, and I love them. The first one is the best one. My favorite movie on Earth is Star Wars. Cool. Well, we could play, you know, the best fighting game is, man, it's happening. I don't know. Star Gladiator, I think, is the best Star Wars style fighting game, and Star Gladiator 2 is really, really, really good. So, yeah. But yeah, so I saw those three movies a ton, and then I saw the first movie of the prequel trilogy. Thought it was pretty good. I thought the kid who played Anakin was, it's kind of annoying. He was all right, nothing special. I thought that the Darth Maul fight at the end of that was like one of the best things I'd ever seen in movies. So I thought that was like really, really good, and the music was really engaging. I didn't see the second or last of the prequel trilogy, and I didn't see the second or last of the sequel trilogy. The first of the sequel trilogy came out on my birthday, so I mean I remember that was a big deal. That was a lot of fun. You know that Star Wars is based on samurai movies from Kurosawa, according to George Lucas. I did hear that, and yeah, that's super cool. Star Wars actually, it's interesting. It was inspired by Japanese movies, and then it kind of was, because of that, I think, really popular in Japan. And then you got a lot of Star Wars-esque stuff in Japan. In addition to the Star Wars movies coming out, you had a lot of movies with kind of Star Wars knockoff type stuff in it in Japan. Like if you watch Galaxy Express, I do Galaxy Express 39, which I actually don't really like that movie. I mean, I love Galaxy Express 39. I say damn every time it happens, okay? Yeah, okay, do that. Galaxy Express 39 2, Electric Boogaloo. Tetsuo's dad is essentially Darth Vader with a mustache, which is actually a really cool design. So, yeah, there's that. Actually, you know what, guys? Darth Vader helmet is similar to a samurai helmet. You know what? You're right, man. I never even thought about that. That's like obvious too. New Hope was supposed to be one and done. It blew up more than he thought. I can tell because like the whole love triangle thing with like Leia, Luke, and Han, I actually really liked. And I actually wanted Luke and Leia to end up together. And then he kind of shoehorned that like, oh no, they're like brother and sister. Which, in Cortland County, apparently that's, that's... I'm not going to make an incest joke. It's like, you can still have the romantic suspense here in Cortland County. You don't know. Jedi's clothing is also similar to samurai clothing. You're right, man. It's like, I never actually really... I remember always hearing that, Star Wars was inspired by... samurai movies and the kind of action-adventure movies that George Lucas watched when he was younger. But I never actually stopped and looked at this is like basic stuff, man. I mean, it's because, like, I like Star Wars a lot, but it's not my favorite movie franchise. Like, I know that there are people that really obsessed, not in a bad way, but, like, Star Wars is, like, that's their shit, man. Like, and it's like, that's kind of like me with like Dragon Ball Z, like I got my It's Over 9,000 shirt. Like I can tell you a lot of stuff about Dragon Ball Z, whereas Star Wars, not as much. Even the Jedi fight and the samurai style. Cool, man. Yeah, I don't know, like, but I just heard like the second movie in the prequel trilogy was not prequel. The second movie in the sequel trilogy was really bad. And everyone was, like, asking me if I had seen it, and I'm like, no, I don't know. And, like, a lot of these YouTube commentary channels were really, like, kind of making a cottage industry out of just bashing it. And I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard synopsis-wise, it sounds pretty bad. So I don't know if, like, Diego or Nick, if you've seen those movies, you wanted to share your thoughts, I'd be eager to hear them. I ate a fistful of Mike and Ike's. Santino calls these Juji fruits. Instead of book burning, we should just have a Last Jedi burning. That's the attitude I've heard. What did they, like, make Luke a jerk or something? Like, didn't they have Luke try to kill off the Kylo Ren or something? Yeah, that's true. Geisha makeup. Yeah, right on. I know there's a lot of Christian symbolism in Star Wars as well, especially in the first of the especially in the first movie. Yoda is a real Japanese name. It is. Yeah. Um. Well, Oda is the mangaka from One Piece. So. Mm-hmm. Cool. 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 Right on. Yeah. I don't know. Like, people who like Luke Skywalker are really disappointed in The Last Jedi. And again, I haven't seen it, but it sounds bad. It does seem like, there are some movies, like in Japan, Japanese stuff, Luke became pathetic. And instead of continuing George Lucas' story, they eliminated his original. What was his original idea? I'd be curious to hear. Was he going to have Luke turn bad and then have Han and Leia's kids bring him back to the light side? That's what I had always heard was going to happen. My friend always told me, he's like, oh man, I know this Star Wars synopsis. And I don't know if he got it from a fan fiction or he made it up or if it's real. But Oda is part of my name. yeah, that's true. Well done. Yeah, man, I don't, in Japan, speaking of Japanese stuff, they're very organic about having diverse protagonists. Whereas, I think recently in the United States, with a lot of these 80s franchises, they're doing political diversity, where they're just taking old formulas and then plugging in women and minorities and kind of backpatting themselves for doing it. And that turns people off. For example, when I was drawing my comic today, they had Vampire Princess Miyu on. That's all female protagonists. And it's not political at all. It's yeah, it's strong women and stuff like that. And it's but it's they're strong women because they're strong people. Not oh, hey, look what I'm doing. Han and Leia actually had 2 kids in the original story. More of a training of the kids in the Force, and Sidious never came back. I don't know who Sidious is, but interesting. I think people got kind of pissed off at George Lucas because I guess they didn't like the prequels. Mm-hmm. What about that Christmas movie that came out in the 70s? Apparently I'm cutting out again. The word Jedi comes from Jedi, which in period dramas takes place during the Edo period. Interesting. Man, you guys are really enlightening me on Star Wars stuff. This is good. This is a good just chatting situation here. I'm eating candy, learning about Star Wars, hearing some informed opinions about the lore. Good stuff. This is a quality live stream right here. Mm-hmm. We kind of shamed him into selling it as people hated the prequels, but were actually well told. Do you think the prequels were well told, or do you is it just that the prequels are better now compared to the the sequel trilogy was so bad that people who bitched about the prequels now look back fondly on the prequels? I'm going to have to check the podcast, not the live stream, because Apparently, I keep cutting out. Star Wars does have Japanese influence culture. Many fans don't know that. That's true, man. Like, I mean, the amount of detail that you just gave is definitely more than, like, I'm just a casual Star Wars fan. I mean, I'm much more into Star Trek: The Next Generation than Star Wars, but I'm not one of those fans that's like, I hate Star Wars and love Star Trek, or vice versa. I think they're both awesome. I think they're both good examples of, kind of two different types of sci-fi. Um, Star Wars leaning more toward fantasy, and Star Trek leaning a little more toward political commentary and quasi-hard sci-fi. Now, the fact that Star Trek is political doesn't mean that it should be preachy and ham-fisted. Like, when it does that, I think it kind of loses something. Now, and it's not to say that, like, it was, like, nuanced and then it got ham-fisted. Like, I haven't seen Picard or any of that kind of stuff, but I hear it's, like, really, like, wokey. The original was very kind of ham-fisted Cold War type stuff. But it was interesting the way they did it, because it wasn't, I don't know, it had more of it wasn't elitist when they were doing their kind of ham-fisted Cold War stuff. It had to have a broad appeal to try to reach the max amount of people. Where I feel a lot of this woke stuff is more like exclusionary. It's like scolding the viewer. Whereas, like, a Star Trek episode where the Klingons are evil Russians, which incidentally, sadly, that's come back, but not Klingons being evil Russians, but just like McCarthyism in different forms. But it like didn't necessarily like look down on any part of the audience. They were just trying to be kind of political. Star Wars gave away things. Star Trek gave away things like Star Wars. That's Star Trek. I'm sure it could have survived. I think they definitely bolster sci-fi as a genre, and then that gives them platforms to keep making new stuff. But did anyone see Picard? I heard it was really bad, which sucks, because I really like Next Generation. I like the look and feel of the original Star Trek best, but Next Generation is by far my favorite Star Trek. I love Worf. He's like the coolest freaking dude. And the writing on Next Generation was insanely good. Really, 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 really good stuff. Especially like the whole Captain Picard becoming a Borg. Yeah, I do remember. Your mom covered Star Wars in class and alluded to the Cold War comparison. Picard is different. I'm a big Next Generation fan. Different how? Like, is he not like is he not like as strong, like, or is it, like, are there like veiled Trump voters in the episode trying to ruin the universe, or thinly veiled Trump voters that, if they just go away, everything would be fine? These aliens are from the planet MAGA. And they all want to ruin our way of life. He's way too old. You kids get off my lawn. Alright, I mean, trying to think. So, in the last episode of Next Generation, That would probably be like the Picard we're dealing with age-wise, right? Like in the best of both worlds. When Picard like had the beard and he was like getting the visions of the past, and like Data was his friend, and Data had like a streak of white in his hair. Um he wasn't like too much get off my lawny in that. He was like more kind of like I'm at my vineyard with Data. So I don't know. Picard was always like different than Captain Kirk. He was like always like more cerebral and laid back and bald, but like also always very cultured and strong. Yeah, Picard's cool as hell. Um so yeah, I love Next Generation. Okay. So should we how is the stream? Is it like so bad breaking up that we should just end it? Do you wanna Star Trek is only Star Trek series like is Enterprise? I actually um I've only didn't see too much of Enterprise, but I did like what I saw. Different story. I don't hate it. It's just hard to get through some episodes. I think the last Next Generation episode was fine and shouldn't ever be remade. Good for like 5 minutes. It's good now. Stream is fine on mine. Good. All right. Cool. Want to keep playing Sonic CD or play something else? If we want to keep doing Sonic, we got lots of stuff here. We could play the rare and not that great, but not that bad. Sonic 4. It was like Sega's attempt to try to bring Sonic back into 2D, and it was okay, but it was not as good as Sonic Mania. Any game is fine with us. Cool. All right. For the sake of obscurity, play some Sonic 4. All right. No, Sonic 4 is weird because the physics in the game are not as good as I can still comment when it goes black, so I have no idea what's happening. I don't either, man. That's weird. I don't know what's happening on your end. I don't know what's happening on my end either. Anyway, the physics in Sonic 4 is all messed up. Like, there are these weird periods where Sonic kind of floats through the air almost. You don't... The flow of the game feels a bit disjointed, which is not a normal thing you'd say when you think of a Sonic game. When you think of a Sonic game, especially a 2D Sonic game, you think of a fast, relentless, beautiful, fun flow. With this game, it's like, oh, I'm playing Sonic in 2D again. And it looks really nice. But there's something missing. Like, something feels a little off, gameplay-wise. But, that said, I really do like the game. I'm just seeing what we got in the settings here. Alright, single player. Alright, start off in this level here. So we've got the new Sonic design. And we've got like nice 3D graphics here. You know, I don't know, like take a look at how Sonic jumps here. It's a bit kinda, it's a little slow. It's a little like a little bit Matrix-y, but it's not bad. Yeah, I'm not one of these people that's like, oh my god, screw this game sucks. Like, it's not like that. It's a good game. I haven't beaten Sonic 4 Part 2, mainly because I just, like, I don't know, like, there's something weird with this game. I think I might be missing something. Boom. Hang on. Like, the levels seem like they kind of go out of order. And I'm not sure why it's doing that. Like, I'll be playing this game, and sometimes it'll just, I don't know, I feel like it's just going to weird levels that aren't what they're supposed to be. It's hard to explain. I want to say there's been times when it's been, like, Act 1, and then I'm going to, like, another level's Act 2. People only dislike Sonic 4 because it doesn't provide the traditional classic Sonic experience. I just closed the app. I'll see if it's better now. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, and the weird thing about this game is, like, it was supposed to give that kind of fan what they wanted, and it didn't. And then they brought in Christian Whitehead, and then it did. Because Sonic Mania is identical, really, to, you know, the golden Sonic games. But these games are definitely fun. Sonic 4. Let's get some air here, come on. Come on! Alright, here we go. It's just that, you know, this is the thing with Sonic games, though. Like, what would you guys do if you played a mediocre Mario game? You know, you'd notice it, and it's like, there was a point in time when... You know, I mean, I get it that Sega doesn't make consoles anymore, so I think to them the stakes aren't as high. But there was a point in time where, you know, Sonic would match anything Mario did in terms of quality and the same type of, you know, incredibly high standard that Mario was held to as a franchise mascot. Sega held Sonic to that same standard, and it, you know, it showed and people appreciated it. But now, you know, you just, I mean, outside of Sonic Mania, which is really good, you know, there were just a lot of Sonic games that were like, God, this is pretty good, or this is not very good, or this is all right, you know, like. I don't know. So it just seemed like a lot of Sonic games headed into mediocrity, and yeah. So it says triangle, play the next act. It's like, okay, so I hit triangle. But now I'm like in the oil desert boss level. What is this? Why is it doing this? No one really talks poorly about Sonic Advance series, but I get the idea if they were named successor Sonic 1, 2, 3, they get a bit more criticism. Yeah, Sonic Advance, honestly, this game plays just like Sonic Advance. In fact, I want to say that the Sonic Advance... I want to say the Sonic Advance team worked on this. I mean, check my facts, but I remember reading something to that extent... where the development of this game was heavily influenced by Sonic Advance games, which are not bad games by any means, but they're good. They're just not great. I just don't know why I'm in this oil boss level as opposed to, you know, the level I was just in. The thing I can't stand, and I always say this, is like when they make one of these like new 2D fighting games, not fighting games, like these new 2D adventure games. Whoa. And they'll like zoom the camera out really far, so you're just like a dot on the screen. It's like, oh, but you can see the stuff coming at you. It's like, yeah, but I can't see my character. Like, I'd rather see my character and get surprised than, you know, not be surprised and see a dot on the screen, you know? Like, what the freak? Sometimes we gotta hit him. I don't want to, like, run out of space here. Will you go down already? Incidentally, I cannot wait for the Sonic 2 movie. The Sonic movie... I mean, I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think the Sonic movie that just came out of, you know, last year, that is really good. That's one of my favorite video game movies, easily. That is my favorite video game movie. It's good stuff. It's very funny. It's very cute. They kind of do their own thing while really, I think, respecting the lore and core of the original content. You know, it's definitely its own world, but it feels like it's not really out of step with the That's not good. Tails, get the freaking ring! Oh, come on! Let me get some rings here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, what is happening here? Are we in trouble here? Uh-oh. Wait, can we get out of here? Wait, is he out of here? Like, are we gonna run out of time? Shame's been good now. It's been good for a while. Personally, don't mind Sonic 4, but I don't consider it a classic Sonic. It's not a classic Sonic game. It's like, it's a 2D Sonic game. And what am I supposed to do here? Did I, like, not... Oh, wait. Oh, I can fly out of there. I was actually afraid that, they were going to do something like... Now you're just going to run out of time because you didn't beat him in time. What am I supposed to do here? Ah, darn it. Dude, I can't do anything, man. So... hang on a second here. I would rather have a Sonic movie that focused more on the world he lives in, but to each their own. That's good. I mean, I actually liked the... I don't know. I like the fish out of water storyline. I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, like, there were, like, definitely times in the Sonic movie where I just, like, legitimately laughed. And it wasn't, you know, like a movie theater canned timed laugh either. I just, like... So I didn't watch it in the theaters. I watched it at home. And, yeah, I thought it was like, yeah, this is really enjoyable. It's kind of harder to, I think, write for Sonic's world without people in it. You know, because, like, there's different, like, okay. So, Sega, in their Sonic short cartoons that they included on Sonic Jam, Sonic's world does have people in it. And there's the same thing with the Sonic OVA. So if you are going to do a Sonic World type thing, I think you're going to have to definitely have characters that are either like funny human characters or animal characters that act like funny human characters, like Peppa Pig. Man, I'm getting wrecked by this. The only thing about this game is that, like, I don't know. I feel at points the game is not fun enough to justify the boss tedium. Like, how, like, I shouldn't have to struggle to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Let's get some rings here. Whoa. Alright, Noel, bedtime. Well, good night, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. Glad the stream got a bit better for you. Not glad that I just took that shot right there on the frickin' face. Well, that's the end of that. I'll give it another shot or two. Yeah, see, man, you know, I don't know. Like, if this was Sonic 3, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania, that is a good freaking game. I don't know, I feel like I would be less... Like, I'm almost kind of, like, rooting for a game over at this point. It's like, oh, I like this game, it's good, but, you know, I don't know how much longer I want to keep playing. Which, I don't know, maybe one of the problems with games like this is they don't have a... I don't know. Someone with a real appreciation for the character. I mean, I don't want to say they don't appreciate the character, but to me, this game lacks personality. It's not. It feels like a committee made the game. Which, again, I mean, games are always a part of a project, but I don't know. I feel like the human touch is not as glaringly present in this game as it is in other Sonic games. As Warren Weeby from X Gundam taught us. I do like that I can still get a good hefty chunk of my rings back, though. There we go. No, it's not. There we go. Gonna try to get that one box covered up. Oh, come on, man. Wow, these are a lot of bombs here. Ah! I need rings. Rings. Ah, darn it. Alright, I've had enough of this. This isn't a bad game. It's just, I've kind of had enough of it. So, I think it might be a good idea for us to play... let's play some Sonic Mania. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll turn on the PlayStation 4, like so, and turn off the PlayStation 3, like so, and then turn to the PlayStation 4, like so. What was I playing? I was playing Shenmue. Oh yeah, so check this out. Alright, so Santino really likes it when I buy sodas on Shenmue. Connect a wireless controller. I gotta, actually I think I gotta close the application. Because the game's not responding. We could now. Who wants to get masochistic and play some Art of Fighting 2? Alright, Sonic Mania. Alright, let's grab Sonic Mania. Where is Sonic Mania? Hold on, guys. This is odd. And I know I had Sonic Mania in a special case, because I actually got a custom-made Sega Saturn Sonic Mania case. Did I put it in here? No. It doesn't make sense. Well, rather than just drag out the... I'll take one more look over here. Oh, I found it. Okay. It was hiding beneath some things. Woo. Now check this out. Ta-da! I got a custom... Whoa. Not showing up too well, but I got a custom Sega Saturn Sonic Mania case here. So, we'll pop in that. Take out ye old Shenmue. And we'll play some Sonic Mania. We'll probably wrap up the stream around the 2-hour mark. That way we won't get too insanely tired, and we'll have some good gameplay time. Maybe I can I don't know, do a couple more panels on my manga. Right now I'm just kind of storyboarding. So how I usually draw this is I've got the whole story in my head, and then I'll storyboard about 5 pages or 10 pages ahead of what I draw, and I try to draw a page a day or more. Every once in a while I'll won't draw a page a day, and then I'll try to have to make up for it. I found out about this contest back in early July, late June. So no, I found out about it in July, and definitely very much wanting to be successful in it. I don't hold any real pretensions about winning, but I'm definitely going to give it my all and see where it goes, and that's all you can do. Now, unlike Sonic 4, you'll notice this game has identical physics to the good Sonic games that we've been talking about. And it looks like a Sega Saturn 2D Sonic game. The only real criticism you can really level at Sonic Mania, and it's not even really a criticism, is just that it does recycle a lot of older levels, but then it starts changing the levels. And, in certain Sonic games, Super Sonic, in certain Sonic games, it's kind of like each new game, there's just going to be it's going to be all new original levels, so to a game that only has a handful of new levels and the rest are just kind of retreads. You know, there's that, but the retreads are really, really well done. And they actually come up with a story to rationalize that, which is really, really good. But I was thinking to myself, you know, if this game was out on the Sega Saturn console, which it should have been, I mean, I think it still definitely would have worked. But I just don't know what I would have said or critics would have said. Not that critics' opinions are worth a damn, but and I mean that wholeheartedly. I do not really agree with many critics. You know, I wonder what I would have said, or other critics would have said, where it's like, oh, so I'm playing Sonic levels from previous games again, you know, like. But then how they change them up, it's really good. And then the familiar becomes the new. And again, they do have a rational explanation for that. It's got to do with these Dr. Eggman robots kind of basically going into business for themselves and screwing with time and dimensional space to enhance their own power and personality. I believe that's correct. That's the rough, broad synopsis for someone who doesn't know 100% what, you know, is the whole backstory of Sonic Mania. Like some of these video game lore things, it's like, how did you even find out about that? Like, they don't really talk about it in the video game. It's like, oh, you know, I had it in this book. Or they had it in this book and I bought the book or something. It's like, alright, that's awesome. Two more rings. That'll do. Alright, come on, man. Whee. Super Saiyan Sonic. People always ask me, like, what came first, Sonic, Super Sonic, or the Super Saiyans? Like, oh, the Super Saiyans. Absolutely. Boing. Now, the key when you're fighting this boss is to stay away from him when he's blowing up, because he will take the ground down with him. And if he does, you are screwed, my friend. Sonic can take a jump, but he can't take a huge jump. We got Direct 2. Really got to be Sonic Mania one of these days. Yeah, you do. I've beaten it. It's awesome. I have not beaten the Encore mode. That is really hard. I'll actually show you guys the Encore mode. It's weird, man. It's just really weird. I do like the music, though. So basically, your lives, you get one life, but you get a lot of friends. And you have a Knuckles chaotic style going here. With, you know, rubber bands and, you know, 2 characters, or handcuffs and 2 characters. Can't really tell I'm starting to get a little sleepy here. Oh yeah. See, when I get sleepy, I get more on the non-observant side, which is saying something. Because even when I'm 100% awake, I'm super non-observant. For one time when I was in Binghamton, a tree fell down in my backyard, like in Binghamton, and the landlady's like, "So Noel, what do you think of the tree?" And I'm like, "What tree?" You know, I just didn't know a tree was there, and they got chopped down. You know, that tree's been here since you started boarding. I mean, it's a pretty house. I just don't pay attention to all the interior, exterior decor. Now this house, on the other hand, when I'm living in now, you know, it's super nice. So I forgot Knuckles can glide. Man, really won't let you do anything. There it is. Good old Knuckles being able to climb walls. But he can climb walls, but he's slightly slower than Sonic. By slightly, I mean he's just less slower. He's less fast than Sonic. Think about Knuckles, it's always nice just climb up a sidewall with him. Ooh. Alright, come on, guys. Man. For Sonic and Tails, that I could just do that Tails attack with Tails' tails. We gotta make someone here. Wow, we're stuck. Can't climb this way. Oh, I'm just gonna have to go this way. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot, guys. I'm just getting tired and trying to figure out how this puzzle works here. Man, come on, bro. I think I'm getting, I'm stuck and I'm to the point where I'm not present enough to be able to really see the openings. Present enough to look away from that wing thing that I got on my back in the comic here. See, right there. Like, I'm falling asleep. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm thinking of the stuff I'm drawing in my comic book. Alright, we're getting out of this level here. Do one more level here. Get yourself some rest if needed. Knuckles, hey, Allie's here. Alright, we'll do like... We're going to do one level here. And then we're going to bed. Because I'm already starting to ramble gibberish here. There's a character in my comics that has wings. And all of a sudden I started rambling about wings or something. Yes, I will get myself some rest. So yeah, the Encore mode is like weird though, because you like have to unlock your friends. This could also be known as like the hard mode of this game here. So we are in Angel Island right here. I like when I teach immigration to my kids. And we talk about Angel Island, because then I can use Sonic levels. To show, like, oh, here's Angel Island. And here's Knuckles. Oh, there's some immigrants in San Francisco. I'm gonna free my buddies here. Mighty and Ray. Hey. And Sonic Mania, just not only great for the gameplay, great for the music too. So these are Sonic's buddies from Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. And then Mighty was the Sonic-style character in Knuckles Chaotix, which actually was, I think, was supposed to be the original Sonic 4. And they got reworked. Well, that's not right. You can't spin dash through this. Can't jump through the ground here. Can't do a double team. This is a dead end. You don't have Tails or Knuckles to be able to fly or climb up there. There's no, like... Hey. There we go. Mighty with his armadillo shell. Yeah, so that spot you could have either had Mighty go through the ground, or I'm sure you could have had our squirrel friend there fly up top. And we're back in Green Hills now. So yeah, so this is the start to the Encore mode, Sonic Mania. You know, you'll notice like the levels are now at like night or dusk. And it's just harder because you don't have a whole lot of lives here. You've got the lives of the characters that you have. If I lose Mighty and Sonic at this point, it's game over, man. Game over, man. But it is cool to see, you know, how you can just have all these varieties of team-ups. And you get that in the Encore mode. Like, you know, Mighty running out in the front, and then Sonic, you know, playing in the backfield. Do 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 do. Talking about falling asleep on camera, there was a really funny Conan O'Brien episode where he used to pretend to talk to Keith Richards on the phone, and he would just be always like just rambling this incoherent gibberish about like dragons smashing through his face and leprechauns in the corner and stuff. Yeah, actually, I mean, I don't know, man. I think Tails is a better character than Sonic. Sort of gameplay-wise, at least. So you can fly. He's not as fast, but he's still fast. Ooh, lightning shield. Okay. We are right at the 2-hour mark. So, this has been super fun. But before I get too tired, I'm going to wrap this up. Let's see what time it actually is. It is 11:37. So it is before midnight, so that's good. But we've still been streaming for 2 hours. We got a early start. So thank you, my friends, for tuning in to the live stream. Expect another one soon. Probably not tomorrow, because that's when I'm going to be watching AEW. But, probably Thursday. I do like to stream, like Monday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, or Tuesday, Thursday, like those types of rhythms. I like to keep Sunday free and Wednesday free for my primetime viewing. If I can tune in, hopefully I'll have power, but I hope so. And thank you for tuning in. And thank you for always being so understanding about, you know what, man, maybe you should go to bed because you look like you need some rest. So, and it's always hard because, a lot of the time I'll, work out during the day and then, do some comic book and then play with my son. It's like, all right, now I'm going to stream. And it's just like, you're kind of physically exhausted, but it's definitely something I like doing. I like talking to you guys, like sharing my interest. And it's kind of like having your own radio show. So that's always, that's fun. So it's good stuff. Cool. Well, I'm going to putter around for a bit, and then I'm going to go night-night. Maybe watch an episode of Highlander, The Raven, or some YouTube video about some obscure old Japanese stuff. And by old, I mean, not old at all. Right on the cutting edge. 1987. Good night, brother. Thanks again. No, thank you for tuning in. And thanks for all your cool information about Star Wars. Definitely bring that whenever you want. Because I found it interesting. It's good stuff. Cool. All right. Well, for those of you who are going to watch this not live, hello and goodbye. And like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, share, do whatever you can to boost our subs up. Because remember, when we get to 1,000 subs, then we can stream directly to YouTube. And it'll probably be a little less glitchy. Although maybe the glitch is part of the charm, right? We're just a bunch of plucky YouTubers, and that it's kind of like ripped jeans in a store. Like they rip the jeans intentionally. Like the glitches here happen unintentionally, but they've probably got their charm to them. Probably not, but I don't know. Yes, thumbs up. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go about the rest of your evening. And I will see you in the very near future. You all take care. Thanks for your friendship and viewership. Bye-bye.